Welcome to the Bubba Army YouTube channel. Like Anna got back to this. We were talking about spit earlier, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I spit on myself.
Yeah, when you spit on yourself. I wrote that down. You get a chick, Blitz, and she is down there doing what she's doing, and all of a sudden she gives you a big, real sexy. And
I don't like that.
You don't think that's dirty and naughty?
It's dirty and naughty.
It's dirty and naughty. But,
not every time, but every once in a while she's really lathering up, just worshiping it and getting it all salivating up. And
that part of it I like.
All right. So you got that. You got a free.
But a hawking a loogie is
not hawking a loogie, but she just likes to play the spit game. You know, like where they spit it all up and then drag out the little string of spit.
Oh my God.
Right.
Then, smash it like,
Smash it.
No, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Is there a guy, Tyler, you can't participate in this question. Let's just be honest. Is there, of us three men that can answer this question, is it not kind of cool when she takes it and starts slapping her face with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, that's super cool.
It is.
I mean.
For real?
No, for real, Anna.
Yeah.
Like, if you listen to us, you could learn some stuff. Yeah.
Like
if you just go, bam, bam.
on
Yes.
her forehead?
No.
like a
Can I show you how? I'll show you how, okay?
I imagine it's just
I got a water bottle, okay? This is what guys like, okay, Anna?
Yeah.
They just like,
Hold on, I'll see it now. Oh, like that.
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I hope someone's good at Photoshop.
Yeah, and then take the top of it and make it disappear for a second, and then take that top back up and just rub your face all over it. I mean,
Yes.
everybody, yeah, exactly. Even Blitz, everybody can sit. Well, let's just let our defensive down and say that we like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The married guy likes that.
Yep.
The old
Especially with his
guy,
girlfriend.
me, likes that, and of course Blitz, the negative guy, likes that as well. So,
I do.
Anna, very rarely do you see all three of us agree on anything.
What if she was headbutting it?
And so, yeah, that's not headbutting it. Don't try to get it in a wrist
No,
lock.
straight on though. Straight on.
Yeah.
Like mushroom stamping.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Anna, you
Yeah, like that.
You just got to no.
I feel like she's just like special.
Anna, do you
not
even
in a good
have?
way.
Do you even like the little recreation that I did?
Yeah.
Do you even have? First of all, have you even done it?
I don't know if I've done that. Maybe. I don't know. It's been so long.
Oh, you act like you don't know what we're talking about.
No, I know what
Meanwhile,
you're talking about. I honestly don't remember.
I bet you when she's into it, she takes it right around the farm.
Probably.
So anyway, Blitz, you find a chick. She's perfect. She's 28.
Okay.
She likes to take the missile around the farm.
Okay.
She likes to play the
Hide the zebra dog.
She likes to play.
Yeah.
Like to worship this big wiener deal.
Okay.
Worshiping the wiener.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
One of my favorite.
Maybe we could bring in a big ballpark wiener one day and make Anna worship it.
Okay.
Worship the hot dog. That's all. I mean,
It's got to be vegan.
Can be
okay, we'll get us we'll get it.
Vegan.
Blitz, do
We'll
they
get a
make
vegan dog.
Do they
Yeah,
make
they
do.
vegan?
Yeah,
They're a
they
little bit
do.
smaller. A lot smaller.
Well, that's probably the guy you'd be with.
All right.
A guy that's a little smaller.
Yeah, I like vegan food.
And, let me write that down as a potential idea.
Vegan dog.
Anna vegan hot dog worship.
I'm gonna bite it.
No, Anna, you have to treat it as if it's a thingy, okay?
Yeah, she's gonna bite it.
That's what I do. You got moves. I got moves, buddy.
You bite?
Yeah, of course I bite.
A little bite's
I
good,
chomp.
but man, those horse teeth would be tough on the drag, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
I mean, a little bit of drag's okay, but man, you got 3.5-inch biceps, what are those?
Bicuspids.
Bicuspids, and that's a little tough on the drag. But like, man, stop! Has anybody ever told stop dragging? Can you stop? I have. I've actually said, hey, can you stop?
Right. I'm
Forever
bleeding.
toothy?
I'm bleeding. Stop.
You're getting, can you a little more gum and a little less mizz? So anyway, but you got this chick. She's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. She likes to, worship the wiener. She likes to shoot guns, but she says to you, and you guys start dating, and you really like her. You really, really like her. Like you're falling in love. And then she says to you, hey, Chris, I just want to let you know that I have a 3-year-old from a previous relationship. He's not, he moved to South Dakota as soon as I got pregnant.
Dude,
and,
we've been together for 2 years. Why didn't you tell me this before?
well, Blitz, not 2 years,
okay.
like 6 months.
Still.
But still, I mean, you guys didn't quite
Okay.
know where you're headed with it, and you guys just both kind of agreed to be exclusive at this point.
Well, it's,
there's a part of dating where you're not exclusive, and then you had that "are we exclusive" talk,
Correct.
and so you had that talk, and she felt as if until she got exclusive with you, that she probably didn't. It's information you didn't necessarily need to know.
So I'd rather have her have a 3-year-old than be 3 months pregnant.
No, of course.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, so she comes to you and says, "Hey, listen, we've been together 6 months. I really like you. You really like me.
Mm-hmm.
I spend the night 2 or 3 times a night over here.
Yep.
I got a few personal. When they bring their toothbrush and you got a few personal things here.
Sure.
She knows your middle name. She knows." And she says, I just want to let you know I was in a previous relationship for 2 years, and I have a 3-year-old son from this guy. He doesn't live here locally. He moved.
Is he normal?
Yes, he's just a construction guy that I just got messed up
I don't
with.
know about that. I'm asking about the kid.
Yeah, the kid, sure. Little Johnny.
Normal? He's like, everything's good?
Oh, little Johnny's just absolutely the apple of my eye. I'll show you some pictures here.
Okay,
So
yeah,
then
I'm
you
going
have
to need to see pictures.
Then you're gonna have to see the kid's normal. It looks like you didn't look like Lummy did when he was 3. Big ass head,
Right.
couldn't walk. And
like, could he maybe pass as my kid?
yeah, he could almost. He had dark hair.
Okay.
Looks like he's a little bit taller.
Okay.
And I as we move on and fall in love and whatever, I just want to let you know I have a child. And
Okay.
the dad's never an issue. He moved out of state, and I just want you to know that I have a kid. And
All right.
I got my family lives in town, so that's why every time you and I go out, I never have to worry about them. I have good family support system.
Yeah, cool. Hey, remember that thing that Bubba did with the water bottle? Can we do that right now?
Oh yeah. You want me to worship your
I
wiener?
don't care about the kid.
But the kid you're cool with?
Yeah, whatever.
All right, baby.
Let's do the water bottle thing.
Okay, cool. So as I'm waterballing, do I go, hey, I just want to know that I got a...
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there
It's a
you
good
go.
time to let them know.
I got a 3-year-old. Are you
care.
good with that?
Yeah, I'm fine. You whatever you want to tell me, go ahead. I don't
right.
care.
But then you have your party, and you're like, hey, what were you saying about that 3-year-old?
Yeah.
That ain't going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Get out of here. Get your cleats, get to stepping.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't have I don't have.
But you'd rather date a chick that has a 3-year-old than 3 months pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, me too.
I'd rather date a girl that, already got that pregnancy stuff out of the way
Yes.
and got her, got her mother nut, so to speak.
Yep.
And I don't have to be baby daddy.
Correct.
I can be baby daddy, like the kid's cool and the kid's
Sure.
going to grow up with me and stuff like that, and it's cool, but at the end of the day, I ain't baby daddy.
Yes.
What a baby daddy is a dick.
Well, you just got to kind of take back, let Switzerland handle itself. You just kind of like,
Yeah, let Switzerland handle itself.
you just like, hey, listen, honey, Rhonda, listen, Rhonda, I know you're having problems with your ex. I can't get involved. Like, don't ask me for any advice or anything like that. I'm here for you. I'll support whatever decision, but I can't we can't go over to baby daddy's house and get
What if
all
he
into a
starts coming around her place when
yeah,
you're there?
That's true. Prefer baby daddy out of state. But I've dated girls before, be like, baby daddy's super cool. He's just a regular dude,
Baby
too.
daddy's custody estate.
But I've dated chicks before that, baby daddy's just cool dude. He gets his Wednesdays
Of
and his
course.
every other weekend, and the kids love him, and the kid loves him. He's a good dad.
Right.
He goes to the kids, t-ball games.
Mm-hmm.
They and
You ever met him?
And I met him. I've met him before. He seemed real cool. Showed up at some family functions.
You've been in that situation where
When I was married to Heather, she had Julia.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
And her dad was Kevin, and he was a good guy.
Yep.
He was cool with you, and
I don't know if he was cool with me, but
I mean, he didn't cause any problems.
no,
with
he
you.
was always super polite. His name was Kevin. He was always super polite. We had a few family things that Julia did, like her first time she did barrel racing. He was there. Just
Sure.
things that she encountered as a girl, being in soccer and stuff like that. And he would be very supportive of everything that she did. And when we saw each other, he was super cool. But like, hey Kevin, be like, hey Bubba, he was like a general manager of a car dealership or something.
Yep.
I'm like, how's such and such doing? How's your dealership? Good. We're doing good. How you doing? Doing good, buddy. You know, making a lot of money. Got my own airplane. Have your ex-wife here, big jugs. You know how it is.
Did she have those jugs when she was with him?
She did, but I replaced them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're yours.
I've done that more often than I'd like to talk about. You think about how much of a head F it is with me, because some of my most profitable years is when I had a different lineup.
Sure.
And it was during this lineup change, and let's just go ahead and talk about the 800-pound elephant in the room, Manson.
Mm-hmm.
Manson had been with me since 1996, and the show had evolved into, we had all types of we evolved several different times. We had the original lineup with Cowhead and Guido and me and Manson.
Yep.
And then we then we infused Spice Boy as an intern, and then made him a co-host. And then I got rid of Cowhead and picked up Hatley.
Yep.
And then from there, that group stayed from 2000 till 2013. That was the lineup. That was the infamous Sirius XM lineup.
Correct.
And Dave Rice is the engineer. Big Dick and 25 Cent and God,
Yep.
I had a huge staff back then.
We did.
I really wish I would have just kind of bare bones staffed it back then and not handed out so many $55,000 and $60,000. That's what I started guys out at. I started, Cigarette John, who was a video editor. I started him out at $45,000.
Damn.
Don't you guys get any ideas? But like I was way overpaying people. I remember Brent. Tom Bean took me aside and been like, "You don't have to pay Manson $600,000. You don't.
A year?
You can pay him $100,000, and that's better than any job in Tampa he could ever get, even if they were syndicated. You don't have to pay him that much." Shut up, Tom.
But I mean, a lot of that's a
guy.
respect. Yeah, it's a respect thing too. I mean,
I know, but my Lord. He saw, and then so that lineup turned into, I think when Spice left, we brought in Shannon Burke, and I really enjoyed that lineup. And then Tara was here for a little bit,
Yep.
And then 25 was a co-host.
Mm-hmm.
But the one seat that stayed occupied for 23 years was Manson, was now Lummy's seat.
Correct.
And then there was everybody. Brent left. Rob Gargiulo worked. He was here. Seth Kushner was here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Janessa was here. Lasker came in every once in a while, and then I fired Manson. Well, I didn't fire him. I didn't fire him at all. He quit.
Yep.
I told him that I wanted to have a meeting with him, and it was going to be me and Tom Bean having a meeting with him, and he was driving I'd given him my 2004 cop car to drive around, and I actually needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was driving Sumo's Cadillac, and my Cadillac, Blitz, I was having all kind like the
overheating.
I couldn't rely on it anymore.
Right.
And I put a new radiator in it and everything like that. And by the way, I have it at the track, and it's King Kong. You can't break it.
I saw it's in one of our Instagram posts. It's in the back.
So
the one of you and Tyler.
I need my Crown Vic back just for my, because I'm not going to drive the smart car.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, Manson, can you bring, now you'd thrown a fit. I had Janessa on here on Twitch one night, and she was doing this yoga stuff.
Yeah, we're at 199.
It was Bubba 199. It was July of 18 or 19? 18.
Yeah.
19. Somebody tell me when it was.
Might have been 18.
I think it was 18.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
July of 18, maybe July of 19. You guys, your chat will tell me. And it's just her and I. Or Lummy, were you doing it?
Yeah, I was doing
It was
it.
me, Lummy, and Janessa.
So you remember Bubba when we were doing Bubba 199s? They didn't start out as 199s. They started as Bubba's Smoke Show.
Yeah, I was going to have hot chicks in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go down to the dollhouse and get some girls to come back.
Maybe we should start that back with the music.
No.
They're a handful.
That's the thing is it didn't work out well.
It didn't work out well because you can't control them.
Right.
No.
And they're either into it Like, Blitz, if you had some really hot chicks that were into it, like, let's say the crowd that we had, Bubba 199. Remember the feel when the BARP crowd?
Just the energy.
Everybody, it was just so much energy.
Yeah.
And everybody was drinking and
Having a good time.
and partying and having a good time, and the music was dead on. And it was just
And only half people can hear the music.
right, and people were up and bustling around and
yeah.
getting drinks, and you know, like it just had a really good vibe. Well, if you could find 6, 7, 8 chicks that you could bring in here that had that vibe, instead of sitting there, looking at their Instagram,
That's about what it turned into.
chewing gum,
When they would show up.
right, and then drink all of our liquor and smoke all our weed, and then pass out, and then be mad at us
Yeah.
when Lummy dumped them back off of the dollhouse because they were too effed up to work. They were supposed to be on Bubba
Got
199.
mad, didn't paid.
Yeah, here's how it used to. We would go down to the dollhouse, get a hold of Warren. Warren would have like 3 dollhouse girls here, so we would get them here, like at 7:30, and we're like, listen, all the drinks you want, if you guys smoke weed, whatever, just party all you want. We don't care. We just want you kind of just, sitting at one of the tables and just being, kind of, and get involved with Chad and maybe, kind of maybe dance,
Interact a little bit.
and dance around, look a little sexy.
You don't want me to get naked?
No.
What do you mean?
Listen, I'm giving you $100 just to show up down here.
Okay, I'll take my top off.
No. We don't want that.
What?
We just sit there and kind of bebop around.
You're a weirdo. You don't want me to get topless?
So
What a
literally,
creep.
these
That's kind of what they were saying, too.
that was kind of literally how it went. I was like, no, just sit there
Yeah.
and look kind of hot and
Look
if you-
entertained.
and if you see a guy that oh my God, country girl, I love her. I'm here. Thank you for the 5,000 bits, country girl. Riz his. Oh my God, look at the chat. And by the way,
If you're getting all these bits, why am I not getting
yeah.
some?
So then they're hearing 10,000 bits and, fit 20,
They think it's like dollars.
purple-headed jersey with 25.
Yeah, purple-headed jersey.
So the girls in, we give them their $100 and or 150, and they're now absolutely, because if you give strippers free anything,
They gorge.
they can't help themselves. It'd be
Right.
like me going, like if somebody just dropped you off and said, don't worry about weight gain, but truly
Yeah.
just go to this buffet and really, really,
Right,
just
as long as
really-
they don't run out of steak.
yeah. But if I really, really, you and I could eat 2 big steaks with some, like shrimps, but some shrimps.
No,
and
some mushrooms.
it just, right?
Load up the plate at the Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Oh.
What hurt a guy? And so,
Golden Corral's so
and then
gross.
Janessa would be here and to try to kind of help me wrangle him in. But
Right.
she'd end up getting drunk and just
Yeah,
it was actually kind of cool, but it was actually very volatile.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so the girls then we took them back at 10 o'clock. Lummy hand delivered them. Well, the girls make the night shift girls usually get there about 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So when Warren, who is the manager owner, he would say get the girls back by 10 because that's when they usually start working.
Right.
Club's getting busy. From 8 to 10 is kind of perfect if you're going to have some strippers if they're going to go before work, because 8 to 10 at a strip joint, ain't a lot going on there. People are, the guy, it doesn't really start getting busy in a strip club, Lummy, till about 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because it's like an after party, right? Usually.
Kinda, yeah. It's like you've been out, and then next thing you know, you and 3 of your boys
Don't
will be
want to
like,
go home.
hey, man, it's only 12:30. Let's go over to the dollhouse, have a few drinks, right?
Yeah.
Hang out a little bit,
That's what I do.
look at some hot chicks.
Hell yeah.
Maybe get a lap dance or two, but I'm not gonna have sex with them. I'm not taking them home, but I might fall in love. By the way, Justin Nash is in love with Tiki, the 108-pound African American dancer from Penthouse Club. Yes,
Oh,
I bet he
nice.
is.
he's like, after BARP, I went down there and literally just fell in love with this African American girl named Tiki. I gave her like $350, and of course, I didn't even get a phone number that worked.
That's the best way to do it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, we drop these girls back off at 10. Now they're completely 1,000% hammered because they would, they didn't drink responsibly. Of course, we're not going to tell them no. We poured them whatever they wanted. And so they're drunk and they can't work. So, Anna, they end up spending most of the night back in where the house mom is in the girls' locker room, sick, and somebody having to take care of them, puking and the whole 9 yards. Well, then word circulates, man, you don't want to do the Bubba Love Sponge show because he makes like $400 million. I was in there. This one girl told one girl, I said, I was in there and they got $66,000 in just like 20 minutes.
And they gave me $100.
And they gave me $100.
Made me sick.
And then made me drink a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And then took me back here and I couldn't work that night because I was sick all night long. And they made like, I don't know how much money. Why we only got $100? I'm not going back for less than $500 next time. Meanwhile, it was the easiest gig ever. They didn't have to rub any D or ask any guys if you want to buy a 2-for-1. They just sat there and drank and got paid $50 an hour.
Yep.
Don't take your clothes off. Don't play with your boobies. Don't do anything. Just look hot. And word circulated. They were like, it was like, don't go there. So we couldn't get any more girls. So we got girls.
Pain in the ass anyway.
It was. It's so much easier to deal with Reagan and Anna. Maybe the merch crick.
Rana.
The merch
That's
crick.
us.
Throw not a fan in there with an OFF chaser. Tease. That's just Heather Wiz. The roster lineup for 199s.
Yep.
All those chicks are hot. All those chicks are Bubba Army.
Cool.
And probably everybody would maybe blast them deep down if you could.
All of them.
Out of all those chicks I mentioned, starting at Reagan and, going all the way to not a fan and then everybody in between, you'd blast most of those girls if you're single, would you not?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Blitz, we didn't get a chance. Oh, so I guess you did answer. You do think I'm a good host.
Absolutely.
Oh, we were going through the timeline of the show. So we had that era. And then, so we had these. Manson was mad because I was having Bubba smoke shows and Bubba 199s on.
And I wasn't a big fan of the smoke shows either, by the way.
I understand that, but everybody has to understand at this point that I'm just trying
Throwing
to,
everything at the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah.
right. Like I'm not trying to push this on you.
No.
Like he wasn't required to be here.
Nope.
And I'm just trying to find my way as to what works on Twitch.
Yeah,
Correct.
Nothing wrong with that.
And and that's why we've been continuing to be able to grow on Twitch. Year to year, we're up every year.
That's
Now we
so
had
great.
such a great 2021 that I've actually had private meetings with Blitz saying I'm scared for 2022 because it could be our first year we dip.
Ooh.
But all indications are that we're not dipping, bitch.
No, we got hands on hips. We're ready to go.
When I dip, you dip. No, when I dip, don't you dip.
Yeah.
I dip, you don't dip. So we're just finding our way, and so that Manson gets all mad, and we get suspended from Twitch
For how long?
for 2 days. Was it 1 day or 2 day Blitz?
It was, I think it was 3 days, but
Okay.
like one of those was a Sunday, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah. So we had like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that's what it
Then
was.
we got put into a timeout. Now they didn't. We just couldn't go on the air, and we ended up going on YouTube. We went live on YouTube, and
Okay.
and we were still on the radio.
right. We were still on terrestrial radio on like 8 or 9 affiliates.
If you're banned from Twitch, can people still donate bits even if the show
No.
is not on there?
no,
Okay.
no. So whatever. His paycheck was going to steal cash.
Mm-hmm.
He hated Janessa. He hated her. He just anybody that's an attractive female at all.
He hated?
Well, he was so insecure, and so his wife runs the show so bad that he couldn't even be friends with a female.
I got you. Friendly.
Like couldn't even be like, I work with her. One of the reasons why we never had a woman prior to except my sister was because his wife would flip out. I couldn't even hire Anna. You are nobody's having sex with you. Nobody wants. Well, I'm just saying, you wouldn't be pushing yourself on Manson. You would be like, hey,
Probably not.
he's a married
Anti.
man. I respect him. He does his thing. I'm not really interested. I'm not even. Not only am I not interested in your husband, I'm not really interested in any men's.
Right. I'm asexual.
Right.
I'm like
so,
a slug.
Yeah.
A slug.
So I his wife would just make it like I could not have. It was an underwritten code. I mean, am I not right, Blitz? It was an underwritten code that we couldn't have. And if we had females in the studio, he could either go to his office or leave.
What?
And it was never. Well, that part of it was written out, but like the whole female co-host thing was never like directly said. It was kind of just known.
And
Understood.
Bubba did it out of respect to him.
But what
did.
about like all the guests that you had that were
Nope.
hot chicks?
Nope.
What do you mean?
He was
no?
always gone.
No.
Oh, he was always gone.
But to his credit, when I hired him in '96, he was my first hire.
Mhm.
He laid it out and he was very honorable about it. He's like, listen, my wife just doesn't like me to be around women at all, with outside of her presence, and so any female, first of all, no, I will not be on the air with a woman. And any female interview or guests, I need the ability to either go home
Well, the
or
ones,
go work in my office.
That's literally insane.
well, the ones that were like that would get naked and stuff is mainly what he meant.
Yeah, but
Oh. But that was like every girl that was on the show.
Most,
So-
most of them, yeah.
any stripper,
Yeah,
but now
porn
hold on.
star.
This even went down to Hooters waitresses and Winghouse girls who would just drop off wings. And if I'd have two Hooters waitress sitting right where you were on, and I was just going to say, hey, Holly and Rhonda, thank you so much for coming on down, bringing us the wings. Can you tell us what location you're from? We're from the original Clearwater one. Okay, well, what you guys, what day shift, night shift? Like when what shift? So the
Right.
Bubba Army can go down there and call and request you for a waitress and tip you up good.
Right.
Oh, that's great. I work usually lunches. Okay, great. You guys got boyfriends? Yeah. Man, you guys got some big knockers. Those are nice. Appreciate it. Hey, appreciate the wing. See you later. Like that would be when I was dealing with corporate Hooters, so I wasn't having their chicks, do anything like that. But and so, tell me about your calendar. Okay, well I'm June and she's October, and we're gonna be signing our calendars today at lunch on the original Clearwater Hooters, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Like Blitz, that would how it would be.
Right.
And he couldn't even be here in here for that.
So
No, but he did. But he made that known up front, like you said. So that
He
wasn't.
did.
But
yeah.
he would
did.
just go to his office during that segment.
Yeah, my brother. He would just go to his office and work on bits, and it was a gentleman's agreement that we had.
That's
I never
ridiculous.
ever pushed it. I
No.
never even with the Hooters girls or even hot chicks dropping off free food for some brand new sports bar.
So in all those clips, like the serious stuff where there was naked chicks,
He's
he was
never in
just
there.
never there.
No, and that's not a problem.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
not a problem.
It wasn't an
because
issue.
Not
Okay.
an issue at all. He wouldn't have contributed in any way, shape, or form. He didn't want to be there.
Did he
It
ever
was-
express that he wanted to, but he was annoyed that he couldn't?
No.
Oh, wow.
He was truly in love with his wife, and it was out of respect to her. And you know what? That's an unbelievable
Yeah.
amount of loyalty and chivalry.
Yeah, they've been married for what, 30
And they're
years?
still together?
Yeah, and they will be together forever. They're each other's best friend. And then probably the reason why is because of things like that. They really go the next level of honoring each other.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I had no problem with that.
Okay.
I had no problem with that. And to this day, if Manson came back, it would still be that way. Like that's the rider. That's the agreement you have to agree to in order to have him work for you.
Okay.
And it worked wonderfully until it didn't. And so, then he brings his son in, and he has his biggest misconception that his son's really, really a good radio guy.
Mm-hmm.
When his son
Is that Trace, or?
is just not a good radio guy. He's kind of a funny stoner dude, and if you put him in that light and position him to be that guy, I can make him funny. On his own, they've had an opportunity to do it on their own. Maybe they should realize that who the real glue that keeps all this together. And now, I don't even know how I got into this topic, but I guess it's a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson should make this a standalone. The Bubba Manson deal. Bubba breaks down the Bubba Manson deal. And so I, out of loyalty to him, just like I've kind of involved my son in here, it's kind of I don't know. Him and I had been together for that many years that if I can take care of your family, I will. And your son's, in and out of being a fry cook at Beef O'Brady's and other just menial, not menial as far as how much you make, but just, that's probably not what he wants to do for a living.
Right.
Type jobs. And radio, if we could hand it down as we get older, and if our son could ever learn our trade, being a couple old timers, that's cool. I'd be like, yeah, you've been with me for 23 years. You're my number one guy, and now your son shows interest in doing this. Yeah, let's bring him in. Let's, out of respect to your family first and foremost, and you. But maybe we can have some fun. And we did have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
We did. He knows how to work. He's not a host. He's not a co-host. But in the right light, he's talented. And I gave him that opportunity. And he was constantly effing up and all this kind of stuff. And he was a liar. And like, the one thing I can't stand is for somebody who just hard sells a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had, like, there's a couple instances that happened where he just completely neglected or forgot to do something or refused to do something. And then he would blame somebody else. And then and I'll be like, Trace, if you did it, it's not a big deal. Just say you did it. Just say you did it. Oh, but I didn't do it, man. You know, you guys are trying to get me off.
Setting me up,
man. You know, be like something as simple as Anna, like he would, didn't put a costume away and just laid it on the ground in the green room. And we did a bed, and he was supposed to be a chicken or a Hulk Hogan or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so he went to he would go to the green room, and rather than to, pick up his props or whatever he used, he just literally throw them on the floor and expect people to pick them up.
Oh, that's not good.
Am I right?
But then say like, no, I put it away. That somebody must have went behind me, took them out, and put them there on the ground, and was trying to set me up.
Yeah, and be like, oh, dude, I put it away, but I bet you Colton, man, he went in there and threw it on the floor just to make me look bad.
Right.
It's like, listen,
and it was like stupid stuff like that.
So I'd take him aside and say, listen, buddy, stop. Like, stop with the work in it. Just own it. Okay, dude, I didn't do it, though. But you did. You did do it.
Right.
So then his dad would get involved, and we would have some discussions and things like that. And I actually did at one time, thought I could groom him and Colton and Tuttle into like a little sideshow. Mm-hmm. Like I've groomed, Tyler has a Bolts breakdown. Lummy's got a couple different shows. Blitz and Anna do a show. That's
Flapping Gaps.
Flapping Gaps, fragmenting off the mothership with co-hosts that are talented really does well for our business. It's really a nice little ancillary kick. And again, we were just all in on Twitch. We weren't even doing other stuff as far as monetize. We didn't have an OnlyFans. We didn't have a podcast. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have YouTube that we were turning money into. Mm-mm. We didn't have none of that stuff. We weren't doing merch.
No, not then.
Not our own. Amazon would do it, and that's an absolute.
Yeah.
If you go and search Bubba Army T-shirt on Amazon, every one of them won't be us. Mm-hmm. It'll be all, and there's a whole bunch of knockoff. Oh my God, it pisses me off. It pisses me off. Listen, our official merchandise that we control and we make money from is BubbaArmyMerch.com.
Yep.
Or Bubba Army Shop or BubbaArmyStore.com. That's our merchandise. Oh, I still get little royalty checks every once in a while from Amazon for like $48 for the month, which, means they sold, 8 or 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Bubba Army, I guess you get like
$1 a shirt.
You get like $3.05 a shirt or something like that. So they sold, but though that 15 or 20 shirts they sold could have gone right to me.
Yes.
The one, and we're the ones that are, making the money. So that being said, we went through that lineup, and so I had Janessa on with a $199 with some show horrors, and he just didn't like it. And he was mad, and then they were shaking their ass and doing various things, and we got suspended from Twitch for 3 days. Well, it wasn't going to affect his paycheck. Mm-hmm. It wasn't going to affect anything. And so, it was a mess up on my behalf. It's my show. I do share things with you because you've been here so long. And I trusted him. He was kind of like my confidant.
Sure.
He knew me. He knew the business. I'd always ask him for his opinion. And he didn't like this. So he called me up and told me, hey, I'm not interested in being on a show that has that type of stuff going on. And I said, Manson, this isn't any worse than what we were doing on Sirius XM. Just because you're not making, near the amount of money, I'm not asking you to participate in any of this.
So he wasn't even there.
No, this was at 8:00 on a Friday night. He'd been gone since noon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought he was like bamboozled into it by accident.
No,
and
he was at
he
home.
wasn't even present in the room.
No, but it got our account suspended, which she didn't like.
And
okay.
so I call him.
I see.
Now it happened to be Blitz, if you remember. So on Sunday, Twitch didn't get a hold of me and Blitz until Sunday morning.
Right.
That we were
Or
going
even
to
like Sunday afternoon, I think.
Yeah, Sunday like at 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That's when we got our, email saying, because it happened on Friday night, somebody complained and they took an algorithm, however they do it.
Right.
They reviewed it and then shot us an email. And Sunday, our account's not working.
Yeah.
And that coincides with getting an email saying you guys have a terms of violation. Willie, it's your first strike. You guys are going to get a 3-day timeout. After the 3rd day, you guys can get back, but you're on super probation, yippee-yo. Okay, no problem. So I got that at 4 in the afternoon on Sunday. And I was, remember Blitz, I had a really bad like sinus infection and stuff. And I literally, and this was before the 246 regiment, but I literally took pills, cold medicine, NyQuil, and went to bed like at 4:30 that day.
Because we still had a show to do the next day.
Right. And I still had, even though I'm not going to be on Twitch on that Sunday, I still got 9 terrestrial stations, Bubba Army Radio, Tune In, all that. So, the show doesn't change. Nobody's taking it. Everybody's reporting back to work on Monday, and no employees know about this. Like, the only 2 people that know about this are me and Blitz.
Right. Well, it was all over the internet because obviously our channel was gone.
Right. So I wake up then on it at like 4:30, and I take a shower. It's when I live in Odessa, and I was driving in, and it was like 5. And I'm like, you know what? I was gonna text Manson and say, hey, just to let you know, we got suspended off Twitch for a few days for my smoke show, but we'll be back on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give him that courtesy or that heads up because I woke up, took a shower, ate breakfast, got my act together. And by the time I'm on the road thinking about being able to text, which you're not supposed to text on the road anyway, but that doesn't matter. It's 5:15. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to literally see him in 45 minutes. I'll explain to him before we go on the air what happened. And boom. Well, he knew Sunday night that we had been suspended. And so since I didn't get a call or a text from him, he had decided not to show up on Monday.
Whoa.
On his own. To show me, that he didn't like these bitches. He told you this was going to happen. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So I start the show. And he's not here. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait. And I think I waited till 7 o'clock. And I texted him, hey, are you going to come in? Are you sick? Are you okay? And he texts me back an hour later saying, I'm not coming. I'm not going to participate in that type of radio. When I'll be back when we're on Twitch. I'll be back that day. What day are we coming back? And I think we were scheduled to come back like Wednesday morning. And so he then informed me that he was going to come back then. Well, that was Monday. So I called Tom Bean up and I go, Tom, here's what Manson's pulling. And here's why. And he's like, and Tom was familiar with the suspension because he's me, him, and Blitz are the ones that are on the account, like to get the updates and all that kind of deal. He's master control with Blitz. They're more master control than me. I don't even really know what I'm doing in there.
We try to lock you out.
I know. They tried to make me not a moderator.
I know.
So I go, Tom, Manson refused to come in on Monday because of our suspension. And now Tom Bean is full hot because all along, Tom Bean, who's my business manager, and I got to tell you, if I just listened to Tom Bean, I wouldn't have nearly ever hit rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't listen to Tom Bean when I should.
You don't listen to anyone, really.
Shut up.
See?
So Tom, now all the long, while we're losing, when I got fired from Beasley and I lost, $1 million in salary, I cut Manson down. He went from 600. It's my business. It's not a HIPAA law or a violation, is it, Blitz? It's not a contract violation for me to discuss
I don't think so.
I think I could very much say, hey, let me tell you what Lummy makes every 2 weeks. I think I can say that because I'm the one paying you, and this is what I'm the show. But I would never do that. But on people that leave and I way overpaid, I don't mind.
I'm curious to know.
I don't mind people knowing the figures at all.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you'll understand my position a little bit better when I pay people this type of money.
Right.
So when we were really rolling at our highest, Manson made $600,000 base, and
Base a year?
base $600,000
Could
base.
make more with what endorsements? And
I'm going to
stuff?
give them to you if you shut your mouth.
Oh, yes,
Thank
sir.
you. 600 base, full family. Like I paid his insurance and his family's insurance,
Okay.
which was like another $700 or $800 a month
Oh, yeah.
because he had 3 kids, him and his wife, and we had. I'm thinking you guys remember we had like Aetna Gold Plus. Like we had the best insurance ever.
Right. Known to mankind?
Yeah.
Damn, what was that like?
It was, well, I'll tell you what it was like, Blitz. It was $9,150 for the corporation to pay. $9,100 as a corporation to give my employees health.
Monthly.
Yeah, but nobody remembers that.
Jeez.
I remember it. I almost qualified for it. And
Yeah.
Tom got taken away.
Yeah. Oh, Tom the Tree Man?
Yeah.
Not Tom B.
No, Tom the Tree Man got taken away.
All along, Tom takes me aside, even when we're making, a ton of money. He's like, listen, you can pay these guys whatever you want, obviously. But I look at comparative numbers of co-hosts in Tampa, Florida.
In the same market.
And then I look at, so I use that number. That's your low number. And then on the high end, I'm looking at co-hosts of other, regionally syndicated, Lex and Terry, Todd, Bob and Tom, guys like that. And I know what, and because agents talk.
Sure.
And, Manson's market value. I've never talked about this I've never talked about this. I don't know how I got into this topic. But Manson's market value, if you would take the highest paid co-host and parody guy in Tampa, and you'd take a guy that did this similar job for like Bob and Tom or Lex and Terry or something like that with XM Sirius.
And what year is this? Like 2006?
2006 through 2012.
Okay. That period.
That's 6 years. His value, what he on the upper end would have been about $250. That's what, and locally that's about a $45,000 job, and globally that's a $250,000 job. And I was paying him $600 with full family medical benefits, and now hold on, and 35% of all Bubba Palooza profits. I would hand him checks for anywhere between $30,000 and $70,000 for Bubba Paloozas. Let me emphasize that one more time. When we would do a Bubba Palooza, Manson would make between $30,000 and $70,000.
And that was like a weekend event or a day event?
We did about. Well, I mean, Lummy, you could probably can't count. I could go through them in my head.
I think 8.
We did Phoenix.
And that's just like a single day, right?
Yeah, that's being on stage for 50 minutes.
Shut up.
Well, half is Manson and half is Ned. And by the way, airfare with you and your wife, first class hotel accommodations.
Jesus.
I mean, Blitz, when we traveled, I paid all the rooms, everybody's food. I mean, we stayed in suites because we were Anna, we were like, when we flew to Hard Rock, when we did our Vegas gig, we were like how, like Pearl Jam or somebody like that would play their little room, the Joint. Like they had a little, the Hard Rock's venue, and I think they've made a remodel, but when we were there, it had like about a 2,100 seat capacity. So each of these casinos always have like a performing place where they put concerts and stuff. Some bigger than others. Mandalay Bay can do 16,000. The Joint in Vegas does about 2,500 based on, how big you are. Or a lot of times you'd be big and Hard Rock would just offer that, like, you could, because casinos have more money than they know what to do with. So on, they could be like, listen, Motley Crue or whoever, we know that you make $300,000 in for a concert, and Mandalay Bay could put that many people in there to warrant paying you by tickets, but we're going to go ahead and just pay you your $300,000 and just offer extra VIP to 1,800 of our best clients, and make it like a deal. And they would just pay the so you'd get a lot of big time people that play in these smaller rooms because the casino kind of back ends it.
Oh yeah.
So we were the artist. There were posters all around the casino of us. We had our own posters tonight in the joint, Bubba Palooza starring Ned with all of our pictures. Blitz could probably send me a flyer. So when we did casinos, we were the act. And so you know how they treat the act. They gave us these lanyards and we could go to the employee cafeteria and eat anytime we wanted.
Shut up.
No, for real.
Don't play.
They gave us these lanyards now and casinos.
Buffet style?
No, again, yes, or made to order. But casinos have, for their employees, actually really nice cafeterias. Kind of like what Google and Apple, Blitz, how they have real, real cool places for their people to work. The casino has, like, in the back of the kitchen, they got like a little lounge. It's about the size of this room, and it's set up like a cafeteria. Self-serve sodas, self-serve whatever, and then there's like kind of a little buffet line you go through, and then there's 2 chefs that'll make anything you want. And so when we would go there, we'd get there like on Thursday, and we'd have like one dinner that I'd pay for, a real fancy place, and then you could eat 3 meals a day and just hang out in the casino. So we did, we did Phoenix.
Christian 209,000 bits. Atlantic City. Vegas. Jacksonville. What's the one outside?
Hold on. New Orleans.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Marco
Detroit. Fillmore.
Oh, I've been there many times.
Maryville, Chicago.
That's
Calgary. We may have done 10. I think we did 10.
Immokalee.
Anyway, I think we did about 10 on us. So he was making between 30 and 70. So call that another $500,000. Not per year, but over the lifetime. And so, I mean, I'm paying that guy that until 2012. Then we take a huge hit, and I knock him down to 350.
Which is still way above market value.
Yeah, way above market value. Pay him $350 for a few years. Then we take a hit, and I take him down to 100. And at this point, mind you, I'm not making any money. Like I think in 2017, my Bubba Radio Network lost $118,000. And then that was in 2017, I think. 2018, I think it lost like $46,000. And then 2019 was the first year that we made some money. And we've been making money, the business, has been making money, ever since. So at his lowest point, he was making 100. So here's a guy that's making $100,000 who falls asleep, whose bits now are getting just kind of tired. The Ned gimmick is out of the bag.
Right.
Your son is, you're trying to be like, let me stick up for my son because, Bubba does stunts with him and shot a blow dart in his ass, and I just know he's trying to run Bubba away, and run Trace away. And the reason why he's trying to run Trace away is because Trace is so talented, and he just wants to keep
Howard Stern.
He wants to keep Trace down, and he does that by messing with me.
Bubba's can't go 1,500 bits.
Are you serious, buddy? You're making $100,000. I'm bringing your kid in here at, I don't know, $9, $10, $12 an hour. It's better than frying French fries at Beef O'Brady's, letting him do an ancillary show, trying to help him, get along. And you're thinking that for real? That's your conspiracy deal?
And like you said, money was tight. Money
was
not like you could afford to pay him anything more than that.
I couldn't afford to continue to pay him $100,000. I just couldn't.
Well, even Trace, you couldn't afford.
And him quitting is what turned the books. Him quitting, me getting a different feel and dynamic and a different crew, and now we've been through 2 or 3 crews since him. But I think I got the crew I got now. I got a really good feel about everybody. For the first time, everybody likes each other.
Yeah, we get along.
For the first time.
The fans are always fighting now. We get along great.
Yeah. Bubba, man, Anna sucks. I'm like, well, I kind of like her. Anna sucks. Bubba, Anna sucks. Fire her immediately. She just sucks. She's the worst. I hate her.
Yeah, I didn't mean to call you last night and say that.
I'm like, you know what? Anna's really been growing on me. I like her. Please don't say those things about Anna.
Bubba's cake goes 10,000.
set.
I thought it was only 1,000.
I'll let you go on that one.
Thank you, sir.
So I call Tom and I'm like, this mother. I pay him $100,000 a year. I do all this. I'm trying.
Well, remember, wasn't it like when he came back then too after the Twitch ban? He was like, "Hey, you have to promote my show all the time." And
so that's when he proposed. Like he's like, and so I just say to him on Tuesday, on Monday after he refuses to come in, I talk to Tom and I send a text back to him and saying, "I don't appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to talk to you about this in person tomorrow with Tom Bean. And by the way, bring my Crown Vic back." Now, he's assuming that he's fired. Well, one, I needed my Crown Vic back, whether he ended up being Employee of the Year or quitting. I needed my Crown Vic back.
Yeah, you needed a car.
And who am I to just let you? I mean, I know that times were tough for you and times are tough for me, but it's my car. Just because you and your wife think you have to have two cars, I don't know. That's your deal. I'm trying to help you, and now I need to start taking care of myself because my Cadillac's on the fritz. And I got to have a reliable car to get back and forth from Odessa. So bring back your car just happened to be conveniently what I would have said to him on Monday had he showed up. And everything was okay. I need my car back, bud. And I waited forever. I even drove the smart car around for a few weeks before because I didn't want to bug him about him because I'm a man of my word. I told him he could borrow it. And he had it for like a month or two. But I also wanted to talk to him in front of Tom Bean about the stunts that he's pulling and this power play that he's trying to, do. And I don't appreciate it. I just don't appreciate it. And let's talk about, how your negativity around here. And let's talk about how every one of your parody songs is how stupid and fat and I've lost it all and I'm a cheater and I'm a fraud and all this kind of deal. And if you say that long enough, you're screwing with my head, quite frankly, as the host. Mm-hmm. And I just don't want to hear every one of your songs telling you how bad I am and how I've lost it all and I'm stupid and I'm fat and I'm a bad dad. My son hates me. Although all that may be true, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that's how you and your wife speak about me behind my back. Because that's what all of his parody songs were about. And he didn't think that I knew that. So instead of coming like a man, instead of coming and meeting me and Tom Bean, and at that point I was not going to fire him. I was just going to lay the law down. I was going to say, I need your car back because I got to drive it. And two,
you need your car back.
I need my car back. And if you're going to continue to be part of the show, you need to change your attitude. You need to stop. If I want to have girls in here on Friday and they're urinating in coffee cans and we're having the Squirt Olympics and we get fined and let go from Twitch, until that affects your paycheck, you don't have anything to worry about. You're not second in charge around here. You're not. Yes, you've been vested for 23 years. Yes, you're the most important cog in the whole deal. But at the end of the day, it's my business and it's my show. You don't have to go into your savings every other week or borrow money from your friends every other week so that I can pay your paycheck. You know how many times I had to call Tom Bean up and be like, Tom, the bank says we're, $2,200 short for payroll. Look, and do you know as a man, how tough that is to have to ask, here you are, you believe in your product, you believe in your show, you think that you're going to be able to get ahead and get some traction, but you just can't financially support. Most radio hosts don't even know what it's like to have to do that. They just sign on the dotted line and they're just little
just an employee.
Just an employee of a major corporation. You don't own any of your content. You don't have any facilities. You're just you're at the mercy of them. I haven't been that since 96. I broke away and started doing my own thing in 1996. I think that makes me quite the trailblazer.
Oh, for sure.
And so that being said, I've established myself. I pay your salary. You're an employee of mine. You've been with me for 23 years. You've made tens of millions of dollars being a radio co-host. You're not shoveling. You're not an architect. You're not, doing anything worthy of what a strong-backed man was. You're sitting here. in a chair, in air conditioning, talking on the radio. At the end of the day, we can bitch and moan all we want, but there's real men out there that are really busting their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we are paper tigers when it comes to working like a real man. Will we all not agree? I mean,
yeah. I would agree with that.
I mean, every one of us are paper tigers. If, there's guys, down at Port Tampa right now, man, that are, driving forklifts and picking up pallets and, and there's other guys out doing construction right now. Ditch digging and roofing and, metal fabricating and truck driving, just real jobs. And you for 23 years have had this, you've been a star. I've made you a star. You had an opportunity in radio to make it on your own, and you didn't. Nobody ever made you anything except me. I'm the glue. Tell me right now of a person that's gone on other than Mike Calta, and he got promoted by being a thief. He never earned anything. And Mike Calta never went and was a radio journeyman and had to trek across America and learn the trade. No, you were an intern that I gave an opportunity to, who became a thief and basically, corrupted your way to your job. Let me know of a person that went on from the show and became a bigger star than me. Or let me even better that. Name a person on the show that even went on and did anything that was worthy of even having their own show and being able to monetize and pay a business and a payroll and a building and a facility and Social Security taxes and insurance and power and FiOS and all that stuff. The $32,000 a month it takes to run my business. So tell me right now of any host that's left on good or bad terms that's been able to do that.
Bubba's can't go 1,500 bits?
Blitz, help me. I mean, is there anybody?
Not that I know of.
So, am I not the glue?
Yep.
Is the show not the glue, or is it you? Well, there's been a lot of yous, and there's only one show that's kept chugging along, my friend. And so I was going to have a talk with him about just calming it down, just changing your negative thinking, and I'm sorry that you don't like girls in the studio on a Friday night when you don't have anything to do with it, and you're not going to work under those conditions, but you're not going to tell me that. If you want to keep working here and I want to keep doing Bubba and Janessa's smoke show, I'm going to do it. I'm sorry you don't like Janessa. She has no interaction. You are never in the building the same time she is, ever. Yes, she's a porn star. Yeah, she, you don't agree with her lifestyle. Probably a lot of people don't.
So was she not in for the whole show when she was in?
No, she would never be on the show ever when he was here.
Okay.
She was only
before she was like a full-time.
Yeah, she didn't become full-time. So yeah, as a rib, I'm thinking, hey, Blitz, it was a lot of a head rib, and the fact that, okay, you want to quit over a person, then I'll put her in. She has no radio experience, but I'll put her in there. Mm-hmm. Screw you, buddy. So that I don't know how I got down that rabbit hole. What did that all start as?
Banana bread.
That started with banana bread?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Man, I've lost my mind. We were going through the different lineups. So then after that, Seth came in. I'm just going to break everybody down. I don't care. We know how Spice Boy left. Spice Boy stole the sex tape and quit the next day. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
And then had Tom Bean negotiate his nighttime contract. Because we all thought he was leaving, to better himself and be the next co. We didn't know he left because he had stolen the sex tape and it was getting ready to drop in 3 weeks.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then, we had Tuttle.
Yep.
And I think Tuttle, I could have made. I think people. I mean, are people digging this? Me breaking this down. Yeah. I think it's good radio.
Yeah,
I do.
I like learning about the history of the show.
Thank you. So, I mean, honest to God, if I was to be true to the game like I've been, I could have made Tuttle a star. I mean, I could have. He knew how to work.
Mm-hmm.
Tuttle knew how to work. He just sometimes would work too stiff. But I could have fixed that. But he was a huge alcoholic, and I think that was a huge issue.
Oh, yeah.
And, then the suicide attempt. And then Tuttle would still be here right now had he not done one thing. Let's see if you know what that one thing is that Tuttle did that made me, I'll never have Tuttle again. What he did one thing. Do you know what it is?
Was that when he came back, he told him to go home? And
he tried to blame it all on me.
And then he kind of said it was your fault, for everything. And
so we bring Tuttle. Lummy and Colton are supposed to go pick up Tuttle on Thursday from the Funny Farm.
Mm-hmm.
And Tuttle called the show the day before from the Funny Farm on his own free will. And he's like, I think I get out tomorrow, boss. I said, all right, I'll send Lummy and Colton to come get you, okay, buddy? And then, of course, I'll be on the air Thursday, ready to go. And I go, hey, listen, for real. Like, I'm being 200. Like, I threw all the codes out there and everything. I'm like, listen, for real, I'm being 200. Like, go home and see your parents. His parents live, like, in the Daytona Beach, Volusia area. Like, in a trailer park. But he loved, he was super close to his parents. He lived with them. And he was just, they're just really, really good people. Wayne, God bless his soul, Wayne's dad, and his mama. And his mom has gone through cancer numerous times, and Tuttle's been a great
taking care of
kid, and taking care of his parents. And they really, really missed him because he had to live over here full time. They'd never been without him. He'd always lived with her.
He was living on Colton's couch.
So, I'm like, Tuttle, you just went through something super traumatic. You're not in the right headspace. You need to go see your mom and dad, and I'll see you on Monday. No, boss, I know that you really want me, and I just know that you're saying that. I go, no. For real, buddy. Like, go see your parents. And then I even told Colton and Lummy, when you guys pick him up, tell him for real to go see his parents. Like, there's no heat. I'm not punishing him.
Mm-hmm.
I take it that you don't want me, Bubba, so I'm getting a 2-day suspension. No, Tuttle, buddy, I'm going to pay you. It's none of that, buddy. Just go get your head right. Come back on Monday, bud. We love you. Oh, okay. I don't know what you're getting at. Just go home. I'll see you on Monday, bud. Everything will be good. So sure enough, Anna, they pick him up. He throws a fit to Colton, and he's here at 6 on the air.
Yeah, we told him to
so
go home.
That automatically kind of puts me not in a bad mood, but I'm like, Tuttle. So we open up. I think the show's laying around here somewhere. Tuttle's Return of the Not So Funny Farm. I think it's on YouTube. I think that show's actually.
I think so.
When I threw him out. So the first opening seemed pretty good. He's talking about getting the booty juice. If you get unruly at the Funny Farm, they give you the booty juice. It's where two big guys come and hold you down on it and shoot your butt. Like Dexter Willie. And then it got into, he turned it around on me where I demanded that he had to come in today.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's not how it is, buddy. Oh, yes, it is. I know. And I finally lost it. I'm like, get out of here. Like, stop. It was far more. It was way more over the top. It was, I forget what he did. But he was like kind of trying to turn it around on me. And I was
Did he get pretty vocal in the room?
I just get out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was like screaming and yelling.
Yeah. So he's gone. We had the Janessa deal in here. Of course, Shannon was a couple of crews before that, and I loved having Shannon. Listen,
Shannon's not a co-host, though. That's the thing.
But the bad thing about it is Shannon isn't. Me and Shannon do brilliant radio,
right?
But we couldn't do it every day because I'm too dominant and he's too dominant.
Correct.
And we'd eventually clash heads, but we didn't. Did you know Cox hired him away?
Yes.
To try to get back at me.
I remember with SBK,
they knew they were,
right?
This was in July. This was in May of 2014, and Shannon's my host. I'm still on the Bone. The Bone knows in September. I don't know this, but they know in September they're going to fire me and put Calta in there. So in May they go to Shannon Burke and say, "Hey, he doesn't know this, but we're getting ready to fire him in September, and you're not going to have a gig, so we'll give you middays right now if you come over here and just tell him that he's the bad guy and he sucks and you hate him." Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. So he comes to me and be like, we kind of had an argument, and he says, "I quit." And I was like, okay. Next thing I know, he's on Cox, and they'd cut some deal, and Shannon and I have since talked about it, and he's like, "I'm so sorry that I did that to you, buddy." I'm like, "Listen, I forgive you. I mean, if they were blowing that kind of smoke up my ass, and I would have done the same thing, trying to, you got a family to support and everything. I get it, buddy. But after it all shook down, and then 1 year later they fired him just after they'd gotten me, and They didn't need him anymore. It was real dirty the way they did that. But, Shannon and I, it has had a great dynamic. The show was really, really cool. I liked it.
Yep.
And so then we bring in Seth. And listen, I know
when
Seth.
Shannon was on the show, it was you, Shannon, and who else?
It was me, Manson, Shannon.
Your sister was there for a little while.
My sister for a little bit, and then 25 for a little bit.
Okay.
And then Shannon left, and 25 went in there full time.
Okay.
And then fast forward to Seth. Manson quits. Janessa goes back to her boyfriend in New York or whatever. She leaves. And I bring in Seth. And it's like, oh, my God. I remember even telling Blitz, oh, my God. I love this guy. I love the dynamic this guy has. Yep. He's funny. He's got me laughing. He knows the show. He's great.
He's quick.
But he's super quick. But Seth is polarizing. And chat is brutal on a nose.
Mm-hmm.
And Seth just couldn't handle it. It's just he's just not wired to necessarily be getting hit, in all directions from all the directions you get hit here.
Mm-hmm. And neither am I, but I just don't look.
Right.
He would look.
Oh, yeah, he would look and participate.
Yeah, it messes me up too, but then I'm like, okay, we just don't look at it during the show.
Well, Seth wanted out of radio,
Yeah.
He said he never wanted to do radio.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if Seth, I wouldn't, I know this probably pisses everybody off, but I'd bring Seth back. I would. But I don't know that his mentals, can handle it.
No. We got too much of a good thing going on now anyway. We actually like each other now.
Right. Seth, Seth always had some kind of hatred for somebody. He was mad at somebody. I was just like, oh, I cannot. But I wasn't going to. Seth quit.
Mm-hmm.
What did he quit over?
It was about a year ago. We had an interaction on the air.
That's right. You two.
Dan asked him to call someone.
Yeah, he went and called somebody.
What?
Dan's buddy's kid's
son.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
So anyway, Seth quit. He's the one that suggested I bring Anna in. I didn't even know who Anna was. And Seth was, like, hey, man, she's pretty good. She's pretty quick. I'll stick my neck out for her. So then I meet Anna. We bring her in. Mm-hmm. It's a little awkward at first. She was still getting her legs about herself.
It was awkward for a few months.
And, Seth is all about not anything being any different, like any type of awkwardness or whatever freaked him out. And just whatever, he left. I love Seth. I would never say a bad word about Seth. I would have Seth back on anytime he's got anything to promote. I'll certainly help him. I consider him a friend. I know his parents. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to throw this out here. Not that I would replace anybody here, but I would hire Drew Garabo. I'd hire Drew Garabo. Not that he could be on this show because he's a natural host, but I would, set him up on our Bubba world, much like Howard did me, and I was Howard's afternoon drive on his network. I would talk to Drew Garabo about doing that in my world if we could work out the numbers. And I threw it out there. Does that hurt? I hope that doesn't hurt the guy. I hope that doesn't make people at Cox want to fire him. But if they did, I'm here for you, buddy. You know what? I would say Drew Garabo is probably my next hire. It's a natural progression. But you think Drew gets heat over that, or do you think?
I sure hope not, because we don't have health insurance, and I think he needs that.
You're right. I think this is Larry Bueller, the Sub King.
Good morning, Bubba. The Love Sponge.
Still kind of mad, that you didn't make the BARP party. I'm just saying, you're like one of those, you're probably a next year Hall of Fame inductee. Only if you could potentially, attend. That kind of got me a little sore, to be honest with you.
Well, I didn't mean to big time you, but before we get going this morning, let me wish all of you guys a happy New Year. And but for my daughter turning 16, which only happens once, I will be there this next year.
You bet. I don't even want to hear any excuses from you, okay, buddy? You're going to have to go to your own mental counseling for the mind games I'm going to play on you, bitch, if you don't show up. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to get up in your head.
I am my best customer.
Exactly. Hello, Larry Bueller, Sub Kings, mental health place. Yeah, I want to call about myself. Bubba's really in my head right now. Thanks.
That's right. No, so what's going on, man? I was tuned out of the show a little bit earlier. Sorry about that, but what's up?
Well, Glory Hole Greg, who, is one of the boys, been with us for a long time. he kind of called in with kind of like a cryptic message. I don't know. I just don't know that he's in the right mental spot right now, and I think he needs some help for real.
Okay.
And so, Lummy, can I put privately you with Larry, maybe even after the show or even during the show, to maybe get Glory Hole Greg's information and have Larry, pick up the phone, because that's what Larry does.
Yeah.
Larry, Larry, if you'd like to promote your business a little bit, this would be a good opportunity. I mean, I don't know, a lot of Bubba Army knows the business that you offer, online mental health counseling and all sort of things.
No, and I appreciate that, Bubba. And before we get to that, absolutely, I can help, him or anybody else for that matter. So make contact with me. You guys all have my personal contact information, and I will reach out to him personally.
But Larry, like, is there a number? Is there a public number that people can call? Like, let's say that, somebody in the Bubba Army doesn't want to necessarily talk to Larry Bueller, but they want to talk to what Larry Bueller offers.
Yeah, they can call us at 888-687-2347, and if you go to our website, which is directaccess.care, that also has our contact information. And again, we offer services in most every state across the country, depending on your pay source. So just give us a call, and we'll see how we can help you.
So there could be like a chance where a guy, right now listening, Bubba Army doesn't make a lot of money, doesn't have any health insurance. He can call, has not in a good space, so to speak, and he can call your place, and you guys can maybe get him some financial assistance as well, right?
Yeah, and aside from
financial assistance to help him pay for his mental stuff.
That's correct. We work, we call it a sliding scale in the industry, but for Bubba Army, we have special discounts. And we do everything from med management all the way down to simple talk therapy.
I need some med. Hey, Blitz, can we sign up for the med management?
Yeah.
Put my picture in.
I need to talk offline about that, Bubba. I'm not so sure this line's secure.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So anyway, Larry, listen, I'm gonna put you on. Should I put him on hold, Lummy, or should I just have you get a hold text?
I got a cell phone number.
All right, so text Larry, okay? Yeah. Larry, we're gonna send you Glory Hole Greg's info. He just kind of left a cryptic message today, and I'm like, Johnny on the spot. Listen, I'm getting my boy some help. Well, Glory Hole Greg just out of nowhere said, please make sure you emphasize to your listeners the suicide prevention hotline. You're never alone. And I'm like, uh-oh, Greg, are you all right? And then he's like, kind of on the fence, Bubba. And I'm like, oh, listen, let's get you some help. You're one of the, you're one of the loyal Bubba Army. We all stick together when deep down we need some help. So that's why I got Larry Bueller, the Sub King, who also is big on mental health facilities, and it's global, isn't it, Larry?
Yeah, we're a national company. Like I said, we offer services in most every state. I've got offices, I think, in 12 or 13 states. I don't even know, because that's an ever-changing landscaping for us.
That's why he has so much money to hand out subs, because he's got all these mental health places. Good for you, Larry. I'm glad that you're killing it, my friend.
No, I appreciate that, Bubba. And listen, guys, I will be in town next week. I'll text you, Bubba, and possibly we can get together. But I'm going to be down there for some race-related stuff as well.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, Lummy's going to get you Greg's information. If you could call Greg up or get Greg in the right path, kind of handle him with VIP gloves for me. He's one of us.
Absolutely, man. And I appreciate you guys reaching out to me. And, Bubba, thank you for everything that you do. And, guys, listen, suicide is a real thing. We lost a former Miss USA in North Carolina this year that seemingly had everything going for her. So, if you guys need help, there is national help, and give us a call as well. Thanks so much, Bubba.
So, Larry, think about this and break that down. Here's a girl who's obviously very beautiful, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that women sometimes get insecure about is her looks, but she's, beauty queen, beautiful.
USA 2019?
Probably has, her pick of men, her pick of everything, and she kills herself. So, it's a real thing, man. It can happen to anybody.
Well, and what's interesting about her is women usually don't choose a violent way to commit suicide. And that's what's really interesting is the beauty, the fame, the success. She lived in Midtown Manhattan. I mean, apparently she had some successful businesses that were parlayed as part of her success as a beauty pageant
and she was
winner.
a lawyer.
And she was a lawyer.
And she was a lawyer as well. So, from our chairs, I don't know what was wrong. But the interesting thing from my perspective is the jump. That's something you typically don't see, or gunshots, things of that nature.
Yeah. Jumped, from a high
29th floor.
Just jumped. God.
I sent you some pictures of her.
Anyway, hey, Larry Bueller, Sub King, 888-678-2347 or directaccess.care is Larry's mental health deal. And anybody that's listening, if you need some help, man, call Larry's places up and start that process. And Larry, I'm going to get you Greg's personal information. Okay, bud?
That sounds good, guys. Thank you so much. And if you need anything, obviously, you know how to get a hold of me. And you guys have a great week.
You as well,
Thank
buddy.
you, Larry.
Thank you.
The reason I have to be a little bit of a smart ass is it's a sad day. As we all know, David Hernandez, not that we all know, but it's circulating amongst the Bubba Army community that David Hernandez died yesterday.
I found out about 30 seconds ago.
Crazy.
The David Hernandez.
Yeah.
Went into the hospital 6 days ago and died yesterday, February 2nd, 22.
Wow.
2/2/22.
How old was he again? Like 39, 40?
Yeah, something like
Yeah, I
that.
was right on that.
This is a new thing. We're not really used to losing true Bubba
We
Army.
hope the compressor can keep up.
Well, it's
You have
not
to do short ones.
They're not long ones. Don't squirrel me on my 10 horn salute,
10
please. 10 train horn salute sponsored by Horn Blasters. Hummy, do it. Be the voice guy as to what we're fixing to do, and then put sponsored by Horn Blasters.
The David Hernandez 10 train horn salute, sponsored by Horn Blasters.
That's for you, David Hernandez, R.I.P., my friend. And they'll be forever named an award from you, about you. So Saturday I'm at the track, and I got like 5 projects I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I got to put bin block in turn 3. I got to tighten the safety cables. I have to grade and till the track, and I have to do this guardrail, this feeder guardrail project that it feeds.
Across the grape?
It feeds. No, not a guardrail across the grape.
Oh.
Are you and I the only one that knows what that means?
Probably.
Lummy, do you know what? It's just yes or no.
Yes.
Do you know what guardrail across the grape means?
Yes.
Okay. Anna.
No
It's just
clue.
You have no idea what a guardrail across the grape. Which
I can take a guess.
Which Blitz, at the end of the day, I must give credit where credit is due. That's a Coco.
Yes.
That's a Coco term.
Yeah.
I think I know.
So many of my terms came from Coco. God, Coco's funny.
Yeah, this is not a secret either. We used to say it all the time.
Yeah, if Coco would come back if he ever decides to leave Maine, I would certainly try to get him, like in the studio, like once a week, maybe on the show, and then like a podcast or something.
Mm-hmm.
He is so over.
He's got good stories.
He's great. Anna, you have no idea.
I could take a guess.
Well, just because chat's food,
No, I'm not looking at chat. Don't look at chat.
She doesn't read chat.
All right,
they're cancer.
But you also have,
They give me cancer.
They do.
Yes.
They give you anxiety.
Yes, which is a form of cancer in my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm.
But you know that you will have to be careful in describing it.
I understand.
We do have, so like kind of vaguely let me know what you think it is.
Probably where you drag something.
Right.
Across.
Across what?
Your face.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of, but it's not the dragging of a certain object across the face.
Right.
It's the remnants that
It's
certain
the ending.
object.
It's the ending.
It's the remnants
The debris?
it's the remnants that object emits.
Yeah.
Right. It's the debris from that.
Right.
Yeah.
So the debris from the party
Yeah.
ends up across the face, and you call that a guardrail across the grape.
Got it.
So for So, and God, that would be so hot if you could start maybe kind of infusing that into your rhetoric. You know,
that would be hot to you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it'd be hot to any man if you'd be like, yeah, you know what, my girlfriend, I was talking to her and we went to brunch. Do you like tomatoes? But anyway, we went to brunch and she. And now, Blitz, imagine if you're talking to Anna, you guys are having your little snack time out there in the front lobby, right?
Okay.
And she went, Blitz, guess what?
What?
I was at lunch on Sunday. And not that this is ever going to happen to me, but my girlfriend, she said she liked her husband to do guardrails across the grave.
What a whore.
But what do you think that was hot coming out of her mouth?
Coming out of Anna's mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Anna was describing that she had a conversation with her hot girlfriend and her hot girlfriend like guardrails across the grape, that'd be kind of hot.
Yeah.
But like, oh, cool, man. She's a cool bitch.
Oh, she gets it.
Now, Anna, have you ever experienced guardrails across the grape, or are you open to it once you finally would maybe find a man that you cared for so deeply?
I don't like ruling anything out that's not like crazy, but no, I haven't done that, and no, it doesn't really appeal to me.
Yeah, well, it's not usually appealing to the person. That's
some people are dirty birdies.
Yeah, some people like it, but I even think the girls that like it are just faking it, because how could you really like it?
Exactly.
I mean, like, I think they're just there. They're there taking one for the team, trying to please their man. They know how to work. They're good girls. They're just good. They're hell of a hands.
Great girls, we call them.
Yeah, they're great girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that ain't me.
And then we've established that. Like, you know, you're just like, you just don't even have the mindset to be a great girl. Like, a great girl really doesn't want a guardrail across the grape. Nobody really does.
Okay.
But she sits there.
Takes one for the team.
And she does
Absolutely.
it. And she does it because she knows that her man, it's great for her man. And her man likes it. And, you know, that's just what it is. So she'll sit there and take a guardrail across the grape. In case everybody's just coming to the show, yesterday, 2/22.
Oh, yeah.
We lost David Hernandez. True Bubba Army. We did a 10-horn salute for David earlier. Maybe we can make that a little part of a little David. We're working on a David Hernandez tribute, and within that tribute should I don't know, either the start blitz is the 10-horn salute, 10-horn salute, or the end of it is, but it needs to be incorporated either in the front or the back.
All right.
Tell Jackson that. But also, I've been told by a lot of people, a lot of my boyfriends, that yesterday's show was a red letter show, like top to bottom.
Yeah, went to like 11 o'clock.
And that, now I don't know if the terrestrial show was super good and the after show was kind of not. I don't even really remember the after show. Was it as good as the regular show?
I think they were both good.
So what I'm saying is, should we have Jackson maybe put 2/22, a show, a red letter? You know, because when we have one of those shows, and I was been told that yesterday's show was one of those shows. I know he's pulling various segments from that show, but why not offer that show in a week or so, and at our various Facebook, YouTube, in its entirety?
We can do that.
And just, and like 2 weeks from now, have Jackson kind of merge the shows together. No edit or nothing, just the way that I know that he's pulling segments out to make individual standalones. I know that. But also offer 2/22 as a red letter show in its entirety. Both shows seemed together.
Okay.
Are you good for that, Blitz?
Yeah. I mean, if anyone wants to go watch it now, it's on Twitch. Like when the replays ran last night, it was on there, so they can go watch it.
Yeah, I mean, like now, one of the benefits of being a subscriber for our Twitch channel is you can go watch that show right now.
Correct.
Did you ever give the payout for the 2/22?
No, that's the payoff, and the fact that, oddly enough, I've been told by a lot of my boyfriends and council and inner circle that yesterday's show was just completely off the chain. Really, really good, and also on all types of different things I got into, and that yesterday's show was, one of those type of shows.
Oh, but I thought like there was some sort of astrological.
No, I'm saying like, oddly enough, it was 2/22. Okay. I'm not a numbers guy, but oddly enough,
you were saying people like Merch Crick are.
Yeah.
I thought there was like some meaning behind those numbers.
Maybe I should turn into a numbers guy because I pulled off one of my best shows in a long, long time on 2/22. Now
it's a lucky date.
Yeah.
So 2/22/22 going to be a good one.
Yeah, there you go. Are we even on the air?
It's Tuesday. Yeah, I've checked.
Wait, what? What are you?
2/22/22.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that there's ever going to be another 2/22 ever in the world. You know, obviously
not for a while.
Years.
Yeah,
and not for 100 years, right?
Yeah.
That was the show amongst the 100 years. That show will live on for infamy for 100 years. God, in 100 years, what's going to happen?
Well, I'll be
we
dead.
are living in the future.
Oh, I don't think that's 100 years from now. I think that's 5 years from now. I think that's 5 months.
December.
That's 5 months from now.
Oh no.
We are living in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, will we even be a country? Like, if you were to take this and put it into an audio time capsule and say today, February 3rd, 2022,
The United Federation of Earth.
what will the United States of America be like on February 3rd, 2122? Like, what will be happening? Are they going to look at us like the way we look at people in the 1800s?
Hey, do you guys remember when they thought Bitcoin was something?
Yeah.
Remember that big giant crash of Bitcoin in 2024 where it destroyed the earth?
What I'm saying, Blitz, like if you look at 100 years from now, 1922, right?
Mm-hmm.
1922. Man, 1922 seems like it really sucked. They barely had cars. I don't even know they had planes. They may have had some planes, but nothing like, you could go.
Economy was booming, though.
Yeah, but
Roaring 20s.
Yeah, but then the Roaring 20s were in from the Depression 30s.
Oh, I know.
The top invention in the 20s was the convertible.
Yeah, it was the convertible automobile.
Traffic lights.
Right.
A headrest.
Now, man, if you can't get your entire life in 4 seconds on the handheld device known as your smartphone, you're mad.
Oh, Bubba.
You don't read a newspaper.
Yeah.
There was no TV back then. There was no internet. There was no planes. There were no anythings. In 1922, I don't think that you could just go down to the airport, get on a plane, and fly to Mexico or fly to Hawaii or go see your mom.
They invented the cheeseburger. That's a big invention then.
Yeah.
So it was an important
Something
year.
that damn near has killed me.
Weapons of mass destruction.
I know they had the Ford Tri-Motor, but again, it was, aviation had been discovered, 20 years prior to that. And that was the Wright brothers that went less than a football field. And if that. And that turned into, where they could fly, but the flying.
And the first flight of the Tri-Motor was in 26.
Yeah.
Roop dipped to 25 subs.
Wow. Thank you, Roop. And so if somebody's watching us right now and you would like to get this red letter show before the next guy, who doesn't subscribe to the channel, that's probably 2 or 3 weeks away where I'll offer it, on YouTube and Facebook and stuff. But if you'd like to get the 2222 show, go to our archive section in Twitch and look at shows.
Do.
Yeah, it was the do show.
Mm-hmm.
The 2222 show. Were both shows good?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying on chat.
I did get some texts from some of my boyfriends disputing the rankings and that and this.
Oh.
And so I think I need I don't know if I can during the break come up with my list of boyfriends. And if you guys would want to know if that's even something.
I want to know what they were disputing.
The pecking order.
Oh, I see.
Jimmy Cleavis text. I'll just be honest. Jimmy Cleavis, like nobody can dispute number one. Larry Plummer's, your all-time boyfriend.
Yeah, I agree there.
But Jimmy said, "Bitch, I should be number 2 because Dan's kind of a Johnny-come-lately guy, whereas Jimmy Cleavis has been with me since like '93. Jimmy's been my boy since '93, '94.
Oh, you knew him before Dan?
Oh yeah, I don't see Jimmy as frequently. But,
so that's the only thing is he kind of gets moved down because you guys don't hang out anymore.
Yeah, but he's still very high up in the pecking order.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to redo this list. But I'm just roughing in a list right now as to importance in my life, and it would be like, Larry.
Now, how much higher are you going to move Ty J when he texts you and says he's going to beat your ass if he doesn't move up?
He's number 2.
No. Ty J be like, I'm going to stay in my lane, hugger. I got Larry, Jimmy, Dan, Tom, Blitz, Sumo, Travis, Red, Fabrizi, and the Nashes as like just roughed in.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I have to make a new list because I got to put Mark Tate in there.
Yep.
Ty J's on my all-time.
You had Richard in there too originally.
I got Fabrizi in there.
Okay.
Number 9.
Okay.
Fabrizi used to be a lot higher when, I lived across the street and I saw him every day.
Right. That's why Jimmy gets moved down, right? Same reason.
I don't think I can put Jimmy at 2. I still see Jim. But I do see Dan more.
I know.
It's either Dan number 2, Jimmy number 3, or Jimmy number 2, Dan number 3. I mean, I don't think either one. Listen, Dan, Jimmy will beat your ass. You should just learn how to play the game. Jimmy stays at 2 just based on, like jungle stuff.
Jungle stuff?
Yeah, like barbaric, primitive man, warrior, gladiator stuff.
Like if it was up to 2 and 3, Jimmy would.
Like if I had to say, okay, you know what? My number 2 and 3 boyfriends are Dan and Jimmy, and the guy that wins this gladiator battle wins wins the number 2. That would be Jimmy, because Dan may think he's tough. Jimmy will kill him.
Pin him down.
Jimmy will absolutely kill him. In fact, the only person that would even have a chance against Jimmy in the top 10 would be maybe Fabrizi, and I think Jimmy would own Fabrizi. Fabrizi on the street level, because when Richard fights, he tries to gouge out your eyes, and Jimmy's just a Roman Greco world champion. So, Jimmy would win that one too. Now, if Rob Kahn was in my top 10, he would be the toughest guy. Rob's on my boyfriend list. He's just not top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Should I come up with a boyfriend list or not? Or is that just stupid?
It's going to create some heat, but...
Isn't that what we are?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we want?
Aren't we in the heat business?
We are.
Let me, what business are we in?
Show business.
No.
Heat business.
Oh, geez.
Creating heat. I'm sorry.
We're in the kitchen.
Lummy.
Hold on. Do you not
Lummy,
understand how it's ingrained to what business are we in? Show business every time?
But not when I set up, we're in the heat business.
The heat
I said it,
business.
Anna double sold it, Blitz
Yeah.
triple sold it. We're going to go with you into the high spot, and then you completely Lummy, that was a mess up. God damn it. Step up and say you messed up.
I messed up. I'm sorry. It's ingrained. We're in the heat business, and I was trying to get heat on myself.
Yeah,
No.
stop leaving the water on, Lummy.
Oh, by the way,
It's in
we
the
have a
heat. No, that's a dick move.
we have a major water leak in the building.
And it's not Lummy, by the way.
And we quite frankly don't know where it is.
Right.
So, we're using 7 times the amount of water than we usually use.
And by 7 times, you mean like by thousands of gallons?
Yes, normally this building uses about 5,000 gallons.
Mm-hmm.
We're right now, we're using 32,000 gallons.
That's not good.
So it's not like somebody, it's not like we flushed the toilet 10 times too many. It's
there's something, and the city of Tampa says it's not at the meter.
Mm-hmm.
It's here. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Lummy, we need to, me, you, Blitz, anybody who knows a little something about, I looked at a water
Call
line.
the boyfriends.
Yeah, but I don't know, out of all the boyfriends, none of them are water experts. None of my boyfriends are plumbers.
Big Red, or?
But Big Red's skiing in Bora Bora right now.
Oh, that's
right. Because Bora Bora is known for its skiing.
I think I might have been in bed and passed out. Tyler might verify on this because he went to go get a new phone. But Tyler, I think I was passed out, dead asleep by 5:30.
Yeah, I saw you. It was 3, 4 o'clock, and you were, getting ready for bed. So
yeah,
what does that mean?
Yeah,
Peeing in his underwear, drooling
almost.
out of his mouth.
In his under was I a lot of times right before my pills kick in, I really get a little frisky,
Little lippy.
Well, yeah, do I turn to a different human being?
Well, yeah. I mean, especially. You remember the other night at the racetrack?
No, he doesn't remember.
What time
Probably
was it?
don't.
What'd I do?
You were on the grader, and you already took your pills, and you were just sloshing around. You were leaned over, falling asleep in the grader.
Where's that
safe.
video at?
Did you have to come get me?
No, you just stopped right in the middle of the racetrack and left it there and walked out.
Hold on. So I just left the grader right in the middle of the track and walked out.
Yep.
And then went right to bed?
Yep.
Did I say anything to anybody?
Did he turn off the grader first?
Yes, I think you did. But you were just I took my medicine. Can you tell?
I'm on the loopy loop. Okay. Well, good. I mean, at least Blitz, I knew enough to turn this, 100,000-pound machinery that could kill 80. If you hit somebody with a grader, they're dead.
Yeah.
You're going to hit them with the wheel, they're going to fall over, and then the blade's going to scrape them right to cheese grade them right to the ground.
That's probably not a good thing.
No, yeah, thanks. Next time, Tuttle, come get me off that immediately. Thanks.
I was
appreciate it.
watching you for like 2 hours on that thing.
You were?
It was like 1 a.m.
Yeah, I know. I was. I know. I was on it till like 1 or.
Well, you were on it, all right.
Yeah, I was.
And he's on it.
That's what Tyler says at about 5:30.
And
Then he goes into.
oh no, he's slowing down on the backstretch.
Integrator.
Oh no.
Hey, thanks to Kevin Matthews for turning me on to you in the 80s.
What
And I've been with you ever since.
what an absolute talent. One of my Mount Rushmores probably in radio. Kevin Matthews with the Jim Shorts gimmick on AM 1000 back in the day. What I learned so much from him and am so much of a fan of Kevin Matthews. What a great guy.
And it rubbed off, but you got your own thing. And listen, you're on that Mount Rushmore. I mean, you're on that Mount Rushmore with Phil Hendry and Kevin and a couple other people.
Well, I'm humbled.
That Mount Rushmore doesn't hold very many faces. It's only a few.
I thank you so much, buddy, for your kindness. I appreciate you, bud.
Hey, have a good one, man.
Bye. I don't know who the Mount Rushmore of radio would be. I don't think I'm in it.
Little Wilbur's Afterbirth 1,500 bits.
I really
RIP
don't.
Dave
I
Hernandez.
really don't. I just don't think that I have achieved that level. I think I'm like if there was another Mount Rushmore of the next 4 guys, I think I might be in there. But the Mount Rushmore radio is Howard, Rush, Jim Rome, and Phil Hendry. That is the Mount Rushmore of radio.
So who'd your next 4 be?
The next 4 would probably be Kevin Matthews, Neil Rogers, Phil Likas, Tom Likas, and Rob. Maybe
Isn't it you?
Maybe me. Maybe me. If not, I'm in the next 4. I'm in the top. I would say I'm probably not. I would say I would be in the third set.
Third tier?
Of yes. Yes. First set's Howard, Jim Rome, Rush, and Phil Hendry.
Mm-hmm.
Second set is Neil Rogers, Kevin Matthews, probably Bob Lassiter. And Tom Likas. And then the next set, I think, is Ron and Ron, me, probably Bob and Tom. And then I don't know who that 4th would be. Give me some suggestions, Blitz.
Maybe Glenn Beck.
Probably Glenn Beck or...
Michael Savage?
Or, no, Shapiro.
But he was never on terrestrial.
No, not.
Are you talking about Ben Shapiro?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Ben Shapiro.
No way.
He's not on terrestrial.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
Okay.
That's new age.
Paul Harvey?
You could, yeah, but if you're really getting
We're
technical,
talking about radio shows, though.
Not
Right.
like Seacrest or something.
I would probably say O and A.
Okay, that's fair.
Absolutely. So the third set of Mount Rushmore is O and A, me, Bob and Tom.
You said Ron and Ron before.
And Ron and Ron. Yep, that's it. Bubba the Love Sponge, Ron and Ron, Bob and Tom, Opie and Anthony. And Blitz, realistically, you might have to consider Steve Dahl and Mancow in there too. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Do maybe top 20. Oh, hell, how many goddamn Mount Rushmores are we going to have now?
The top 300 people radio, name them, ready to go.
Yeah, right. But the Mount Rushmore of radio, Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Rush Limbaugh, Phil Hendry. Absolutely. There's not a guy in radio that can dispute that.
And you've met all of them, correct? Did you ever meet Rush?
I met Rush briefly at a Clear Channel deal for about a minute with Randy. And Rush was familiar with what I was doing, but I don't think a fan. Certainly knew of me. And I mean, at the end of the day, Blitz, you almost got to put Hannity in there.
Yeah, he's pretty popular.
I mean, Hannity You know, Hannity has become a TV guy, but he is first and foremost a radio guy.
I didn't know that.
And Blitz, if you're, you know, Art Bell and Glenn Beck.
Yeah.
Both, and Alex Jones. I mean, Alex Jones at one time had, not Neil Bortz. Rogan's not a radio guy.
Nope.
These are people that George Norrie. Yeah, I mean, there's.
Do you know who Bill Handel is?
I'm familiar with Bill Handel.
Uh-oh.
He's not in that.
Do you hate him?
No, I don't hate him.
Is there a history there?
No,
I don't know.
No, there's no.
Oh.
The Grease Man. That would be something you could consider. For real. But, you know.
Dave Ramsey. He's got one of the most listened to talk shows.
Wolfman Jack, you know what? You're right. Oh, my God, Blitz. I may not even be in the top 20.
Oh, my.
For real. You put Wolfman Jack in there. You put Don Imus in there. I mean, Blitz, you got to put Don Imus in. I mean, you know.
Delilah.
Rude.
Delilah.
Rude. Somebody said rude, Jude. Jesus, I don't even know if he's here or conscious. Jesus, you over there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
You know, I didn't get a thank you, buddy, for all the hard work I did on your car yesterday. I did a lot of hard work on your car, and I didn't even get a nothing.
Yeah, you stupid.
How?
Yeah.
You're really wearing on me, buddy. Our roommate-ship's about over. Hello?
Oh, no.
Over?
Well, it's just maybe not over, but you could certainly start being a little bit nicer to me and putting me over a little bit more. My Lord. The worst
After
job.
he's done yelling at you all day, you need to tell him thank you.
Well, now, Blitz, you heard me yelling at him yesterday, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Let's not mention let's just not mention because it looks absolutely stupid. I don't want people to know how stupid what I was yelling at him. I don't want the people to know the subject matter.
Okay.
But you know why I was yelling at him, right?
Yes.
And is it not a valid point as a father to be mad about that?
The point was valid, absolutely.
I mean, right?
Blitz and I were both scared.
You're gonna take those off, those things off the car, and then you're gonna want us to move the car without those things on it.
Like
which
the wheels?
Those things are one of the most important things when it comes to being able to roll a car around.
Pretty much. No, I don't disagree there.
So we're rolling this car around, trying to get it to the lift while the frame's scraping the pavement. You mean that?
Yeah.
That would be a legitimate concern of a father, even the most patient, kind father. I think he might be a little hot on that one.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We got it there, though.
I know we got it there, but
and then me and Lemmy quickly left.
Yes, very quickly.
But Tyler, I didn't continue to. After I cut my little promo, I didn't drag it on, did I?
No.
No, I let it go. We were cool, right?
Yeah, I was laughing at you when you were doing it.
Well, that's not
that's
good.
Great
Tyler.
answer, Tyler.
Tyler, I'm going to be honest with you, son. I don't think you could have answered that any worse. I'm like for real, buddy. Like, I don't think you could be any more of a dick to your dad by the statement you just made out of your stupid, probably not brushed your teeth whole face.
Your dad was baby facing big time.
You could not have been like. Do you think that you're all that? You think I can't come whip your ass?
No,
he's still laughing.
There's a time to laugh, kid, and there's a time then to realize how mad I really am because what you did was the stupidest thing a person could do. For real. Like, you can't even be like Lummy wouldn't even be that stupid.
Yes, thank you.
Well, you don't know anything about race cars, but still.
No, I wouldn't be telling you. I was laughing at you.
So Tyler, you know how full hot I was, right?
No, I know.
So when I'm describing on the air how full hot I was, and Blitz and Lummy left because they knew I was so full hot.
Yeah, we're like, we're not getting yelled at right now. Let's keep it that way. See ya.
Yeah. But hold on, I never yelled at you guys.
No, that's why we wanted to leave.
Yeah.
No.
High spot.
Lemmy got his car and left. At least I stuck around for a while.
Let me were you thinking, man, Tyler's really getting an ass chewing right now.
Yeah, but I don't want it to turn on me.
Yeah,
so
we're next. See ya.
So I quickly dropped it. We worked together. So then while I'm telling the story, you say to me, I was laughing the whole time, makes me want to punch you in the face. Well, I never would punch you in the face. I'm just saying. Made me mad. Made me disappointed.
Maybe the throat.
Then, Tyler, the worst job when you're working on a race car, a dirt car. The worst job as you're getting your car ready for the next week or two is, you got to admit, what's the worst thing to do? The one that sucks the most.
Oh, washing it.
Washing it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Underneath, Blitz, you're underneath the car. I got on the lift, and you're washing all this mud, and it's coming down on you. And no matter how many times you wash it, you can never just, and you have to take liquid Tide and spray on the rails and stuff if you really do it the right way. And you have to wash it 3 times. So it's on the lift right now. I washed it twice yesterday. I'm going to wash it one more time. I changed the oil. I like to put oil in it. Did you see we got our K&N oil filters?
I did.
Oh, God. That turns me on right there. Look at that.
Wow.
That's a 3002 that fits right on the 604 crate motor, Willie.
Hot.
Nice.
That's also what your modified motor runs too, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I changed the oil. I greased the chassis. I wash the tires. Do everything. And nothing from, not even thanks, Dad. Nothing. Not thanks, Dad.
He was too busy laughing.
No, not thanks, Dad. Not even nothing. You think that's cool?
I did say thank you.
When?
When you were washing the pressure washer, you must have not heard me.
Oh, I whispered thank you, Dad, while you had the 3,500 PSI pressure with the spinning tip.
As he was looking the other way and walking away, he's like, great, thanks, Dad.
Under his breath. Text works well for me, buddy. I prefer to communicate via text.
I thought it'd just be easier to say when I was right there.
But you did. I didn't hear it. Anyway, it doesn't even matter now. See you later. I'm mad at you.